Good afternoon and welcome to the next in the series of Successful Introvert Workshops. My name's Brian Johnson, the host, and it's really great to be here this afternoon on a beautiful sunny day. And I'm really enjoying these sessions and discussing the ways we as introverts can actually achieve more. I come from a background of 30 years in financial services, and many of those I really dropped into some really bad habits, and it was only when I found some help and support I realised the change I could make to my behaviour and achieve much more. You know, the last few years I've really been on a bit of a transformational journey, learning and exploring and realising what I really enjoyed most was helping, guiding and mentoring people, and that's really what I'm focusing on now. And having retrained, I'm really excited at the difference it makes. So today we're really covering that big subject around one-word answers. I think there is no real right or wrong way around that. Is sometimes it makes sense to give just those one-word answers, but I know I find myself, and I have to find myself dropping in using the approach I take today just to move on there, because we need to create those good habits and moving on one answer. I just want to move beyond that. Often people will go, "Hello, how are you?" And I'll read it and says, "Fine, okay." And yeah, how does that really make you feel? And I know for me, the one unexpectedly asking me that question, that's my stock response, because my brain is something else. Oh, yes, would have been great to take that further before. Really understanding what it is we don't like about the answer, we realise that perhaps, you know, what makes you uncomfortable, that actually giving that simple one word closed answer, you can ask the next closed question, how are you? The question is, and stop conversation developing. And I think we all come to realise that actually we need to open up conversations, build relationships, and retain relationships with people willing to explore beyond that one word. Really, the key point to consider and talk about. But we form habits, and I realised over the years that sometimes there are people often and conversations are just one word, and that's as far as it gets because we've dropped into this habit. But for me, it's really about wanting to move on beyond the one word. And you know, the one words can be fine, okay, yes, no, I'll see the thing. So think about the people you know, think about those you'd like to expand the conversation beyond the one word, people you want to get to know better, people in your career or outside you want to build a better, stronger relationship with them. Actually, what can we do to move these conversations on beyond? In a really simple way, this is really just a simple approach. I mean, hello, how are you? Really can prompt a closed answer. And yet you can open up saying, "Oh, it feels like it's been a long morning, but I'm fine." And it generates a sort of response. What happened in your morning? And it's creating that intention. It's recognizing actually when you're responding, what is the purpose? Are we just acknowledging each other exists? Which is sometimes fine if you're really busy. But are we really moving on? Actually, how can we develop this relationship? How can we move it forward? How can we really move to the next level? And there's a really big question there around the intention. And actually, what do I want to do? That's how you're expressing through it. And that's saying, "Oh, I'm fine." I think actually, I expand that. But does that being a long morning is a great way of expanding that, because it's an open response. Does it feel like a long morning? You know, lots going on today. Oh, what's what's been happening to you, and taking some time really to plan and think about actually what your responses are. And that can feel a bit clunky initially. I mean, what we're talking about is how we change our habits. Part of that is really thinking about what we do, how we prepare. And it's really avoiding that concept of overthinking, keeping it simple. I wish I said that, and then not the best name that, and then we're feeling really bad because he didn't start the conversation. So it's really about keeping it simple. Thinking about actually what's, you can change one person at a time. And he's creating those stock phrases in your mind around what you can do differently. There's so many things you can do, and there's creating options that we can break the habit. It's like we're getting stuck in the rut, and sometimes we need to find a way out. And the first nudge out may not work. It may take the second or the third or the fourth. It's finding this way to nudge out. Sometimes you might drift back in again. So we need to have more tools in the cupboard to nudge yourself down. So this is really about getting that preparation in your mind. Actually, when I speak to George, Sarah, or whoever it's doing, I want to move beyond that. You could develop that in multiple different ways. So, questions. Hi, how are you? Fine. Is how do you expand that? I'm feeling okay at the moment. It's been a really feels like it's been a successful morning. Leaving it open for them to come back and ask you what's going on. Oh, my day's not gone to plan. It's just thinking, actually, what could I do? Even if you drop the first word in, are you fine? Fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, because it's been actually achieved. I feel like I'm achieving things I wanted to. Or just no. And really, you can also think about throwing it back. So thinking about how you can with some information which allows a follow-up, not about giving a long detail monologue of being fine today because I got up and had my breakfast and I didn't spill a cup of tea, and my wife gave me a kiss and my door, and the children, bye, see you later, and I got to work, and there's no delays on the trains. I got a seat and a lovely cup of tea. I sat at the desk and no emails waiting for me. A long story, and people have already tuned out after the first 20 minutes today. So yeah, I'm fine. There's a really great morning. Things are going well. Yeah, you can make it, and you can throw it back at how's your day going. You can offer, what can I help you with? Do you need any help with anything today? What are your thoughts on this? But sometimes building a relationship is about asking for people's input. You don't necessarily need it. What you're doing is showing that you respect and value them, their opinion, and you let them come to you. It's all about getting that structure in place, keeping it simple, and recognizing. I really suggest you start with one person. Who am I going to start with? You might find that people shop and don't expecting it, but you need to keep going. The change will come. They will start. They expect you to give one-word answers. That's what they're expecting. You to start to give more. They're not always going to initially engage. You just open a conversation, and you can do it 2 or 3 times. The expectation will be that they will have a conversation with you, rather than just a one-way saying. really asking yourself, what is it that driving one of our answers? Because we're all on a different journey, and we all have a different answer. And knowing what is and why you fall into the habit of one answer is really becoming self-aware. I think for myself, I really look back to the points in my life where question was really stuck. It really goes back to school. I do remember particularly one English lesson where I was coming over my words as a 13 boy. That image still has quite a powerful image there. It took me a long time to realise the impact that had on me, and the instinct that created me not to want to communicate with people because they may laugh at me. That was a powerful realisation of what it was which was holding you back from conversation. And that's the big change. And it's always been clear on that goal. What's you going to gain from changing? So it's really what people do you want to have better relationships with? Everyone gives a different answer. And just going in with no expectations. That's important to ask yourself. But today we've really been discussing that we could go in depth. I like to keep things like simple and practical. Recognizing those people you're having that one-word conversation with and you want to move it forward. How can you develop that? How can you move beyond that one word? Can you think about asking them questions and giving them answers which tempts them to start the conversation? How is your day going? What's happening in your day? And it's instantly give the one word answer, and sometimes it's just leaving the pause for it. Something more come out from another person, but from yourself, it's thinking about actually what am I willing to say? How comfortable do I say express what I'm feeling? It feels like a day for a strong coffee. Oh, beer after work would be good. Whatever it is, it just shows some personality is going to make a difference. It's thinking about, you haven't got to where you are in the day, so it may take longer than a day to get to where you want to be. But it's recognizing this journey and keeping taking the steps, trying different things, actually comfortable moving the conversation on. We don't have to get stuck in 30-minute conversation and the second conversation, moving from 1 second exchange to 10-second exchange is there. And that's really the key. It's about moving forward, and you create the new habit. And the new norm will be coming to having those short conversations with new people on a regular basis. Longer conversations form more naturally from those continuations. You've broken the buffer of one word stop. So you've got a longer line, and someone has to decide where they break. I hope you find it really useful today. This is really a quick, short run through. I'd love to know what your food of thought are. What's helped you most? What one small change you're going to do today? What one small change are you going to do tomorrow? What's going to keep you moving forward? Sometimes it's just, you can keep a log of, what is changing, where you're at the moment, how you're feeling. Or I want to feel comfortable talking to George. Okay, where are we? What do we talk about today? We work on the basis of what can you lose from doing something new. The worst general outcome you can have is being where you are today. So why not try something? It's really important to you. Sometimes we're looking to do change because everyone says you should talk more. If that's not what you want to do, that's fine. Recognize you build the skills where to talk to people you want to do and do that. So for me, I would never schedule a presentation for an hour because I know the limitation of my social battery is around 20 minutes of full energy. That's really where that fits. And I'll build that up. Thanks so much from Toastmasters. That's where I seem to naturally step at the moment is around 20 minutes. So the more I do that, the more I feel comfortable venting for around 20 minutes. So be honest with yourself, what is possible, what you really want to be. Who knows, you could be central thinking next year. We could just be having those quiet, deep conversations with one or two people. Let's break the habits you don't like and move into the habits you do. Really, thanks for your time today. I really appreciate you taking time out to listen. If you want to give me any comments, please feel free to feedback. Send me a message if you want to do that. You can do it on social media, or you can email at brian@brianpauljohnson.com. Send me a QR code and put some time in my diary and see how I can really help you. Taking the time and working with you one-to-one to get you to the best you're looking for. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it and enjoy some sunshine. And I will see you next week. Bye.